And something I always emphasize is you only have to get good once, right? You only have to figure out really how to do the sales process once. If you do a bunch of sales calls, you don't close anyone, that's fine. You're just doing reps. It's reps in the gym, right? Do 30 sales calls, do 50, keep on going and keep on pushing. Because at the end of the day, this is something that I knew from a very long time ago. Even if it takes you longer than everyone else, if it takes you 5 years, 10 years, whatever, I did not care. I just wanted to make six figures, work remotely, and travel the world. And if it took me years to get there, and it doesn't have to. Now, I didn't have any guidance, no coaching programs or anything. I'm still cool with that. 5 years to make six figures, like this is my education, and then I'm free and I get to travel. And like we have such a such an amazing business model that's reoccurring income. So you're building on top of each month. So then you can decrease your hours like crazy. Then it's all worth it.
Welcome everyone to another podcast session here at the High Level Spotlight Sessions. If you're brand new to the High Level world, welcome in. I have Pavel here, and I've known about him for so long, actually, from multiple people. We have a lot of mutual friends as well. This man is what I would call the definition of the digital nomad, laptop lifestyle entrepreneur. And he recently, well, I don't even want to say recently, over the last couple of years, he's adopted what I call the SwaS model as a hybrid SaaS model. So I asked him to just jump on a podcast with us and share some of his findings to help a lot of you that are watching this. Pavel, I think you're in Colombia now. Give us a good intro to your journey, man. What's your story?
Yeah, absolutely, Paulson. Thank you so much for having me on, man. I appreciate it. Back when I joined HighLevel in 2020, I remember watching your videos. So it's cool to be on here, man, and chatting. Yeah, it's definitely been a really fun journey, and you got to come out to Colombia sometime, man. We have a lot of mutual friends, so I think you'll have a good time.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So how did you get into the marketing world, the laptop lifestyle? And it's easier said than done. And a lot of people, they take years and then they have this big year and where they're, just, going off with their business, and people don't really see the fundamental basis of so many years of blocking and tackling is what I call it. But help us understand your journey into digital world altogether.
Yeah, definitely. Let's dive in. So I initially started offering web design, and I was in school, and I remember looking at all the different degrees you can get, and none of them really fit me. And I really wanted to travel. I initially first took a trip down to Thailand. It was with one of my friends, and we just stayed for a month. It was just like a backpacking trip. And I knew that this is what I wanted to do. And back then, before 2020, it was kind of rare to work remotely and from your laptop and travel, right? So I figured out that web design was a good path for me to go down. So I learned web design, and I learned all the technical stuff in WordPress. I was able to put things together. But what I didn't learn was sales, how to actually get clients. And that was the hard part. My first year, I actually got 3 clients. And
Nice.
my first client paid $150 for a full custom website. Second client paid $400. Third client, I got a little bit smarter, and he paid $1,500. And actually, the way that I was able to increase my prices so much is because I started reading a lot of books, and I started reading a lot of business books. And in one of those books, what I learned, it was a negotiation book. And the author said, let the other person give you a price first. And that's exactly what I did. I came into this meeting, and I asked him, so, what has anyone else quoted you on this project? Because he said he's spoken to other web designers. And he said, well, someone else quoted me 2,000. And I came into that meeting ready to quote him $800. And because I asked that question first, I realized I am greatly undercharging myself. And so I quoted him 1,500, and he ended up paying for it then. And that's when I first initially learned that I can download information from the internet, right? I don't necessarily have to rely on school and college and this. And I realized that by reading a lot of books and by taking courses online and this kind of thing, I could level up myself. And that's what first really unlocked my brain into thinking I can actually do this, because that was a real sum of money. Before that, I've never even seen over $1,000. Like, so it was good. And then anyways, yeah, I just kept learning. And then 2020, I kind of got into SMMA, or social media marketing. And I realized I liked that. It was a much better offer. I learned SEO kind of in between as well. And it was a much better offer to run ads versus to promise someone, hey, you might get results in 6 months like you can with SEO. And by the way, we still did SEO on the back end, but it just wasn't our front end offer. So yeah, 2020, things kind of shut down. And so I decided to go all in and really just hit the gas. I decided everyone was laying back. They were waiting on what's going to happen in the world, and I wanted to go forward. I wanted to move forward, and I knew things were going to be cheaper as well because everyone else was laying off. So I turned that into my monk mode year. I didn't really do anything that year except just focus, and I started running ads for the agency. I think I was at around $5,000 a month in my agency. And I started getting some ads clients, which is also when I found HighLevel, because a lot of their issues were they were terrible at responding to their leads.
Yeah.
So HighLevel solved that issue, and our stick rate definitely increased.
Yeah.
So now I knew I wanted to start running ads.
Yeah. So to keep this conversation, very valuable for everybody that's watching, I asked Pavel, hey, what are like the 3 ways to live a laptop lifestyle as a SaaSpreneur? So maybe the first thing we talk about is what exactly you brought up just now, the switch from SMMA, the social media marketing agency world, to, I think you have a hybrid model of SaaS with services. So I guess SwaS, SaaS with services, or services with software, however you call it, the hybrid model. Like, what is the first? Let's attack the first pillar, the switch from SMMA to the hybrid model. Help us understand that world and landscape of all the things you went through.
Yeah, definitely. So initially, our churn rate was higher because if a client wanted to cancel, that's it, right? We just had our services, we had our marketing services, and we had to let them go. Once we introduced SaaS, and I wasn't properly doing this. When I first signed up for HighLevel, I was just using it as like a lead response tool. And then I realized that if we integrate HighLevel with the business owner's entire business, like I'm talking, we switch all their phone numbers on their website, we replace their contact forms on their website, we link up their Google My Business or Google Business profile, and we just link up everything. And we even link up their external marketing. So I have a client that I signed on, and they're spending around $20,000 per month in advertising. And they were doing TV ads and like radio ads and billboards, and they were using one phone number on all these different platforms. So what we did was we took a HighLevel number and we gave them different HighLevel numbers to put on everything. So this client can't really leave us because, right, we are helping them track everything, nor would they want to. That conversation has never even come up. And now we're tracking everything better. And that's what made me realize that the SaaS model is amazing, because a lot of these people didn't just need help with their like marketing more leads, right? They needed help with their reviews, because if they have a 1-star review on Google, we can get them all the leads in the world. But any rational person, they're going to Google that business owner. They're going to see that they're legit. They're going to see that they're real. And so, yeah, we help them with Google reviews. We're doing DR campaigns immediately to get them results up front. And then we're integrating everything, and we're showing them how to manage their leads inside the mobile app and everything. So my niche is contractors, and these guys are always on the go, right? They're standing on a roof, they're remodeling a bathroom or a kitchen, and they're not really tech savvy. So we get them the app and we say, hey, respond to all your leads here. All your Facebook messages are coming here. All your Instagram messages are coming here now. And it was a beautiful transition, because now, instead of clients canceling, which sometimes in my industry, people just get booked out, right? I mean, they're doing an entire remodel. And sometimes what ends up happening is they just get booked out, and they're not canceling because you're not doing good work in your marketing, but just because they're so busy. And so we would lose clients sometimes just because of that. They're booked out for 6 months. They can't take any more business. Yeah. And so by offering SaaS with that, we still have them on for $300 a month for however many months they need, right? 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. And then they're ready to turn ads back on. So normally part of living this laptop lifestyle is, obviously working on your laptop, but also it's to have predictability. You don't want to be in Colombia and then lose all your clients. You don't want to be in Mexico or traveling to some island and living on a beach, and then all of a sudden you have nothing. So you need predictability, and that's what SaaS does. Right now, even if all of our SMMA or marketing agency clients, even if they all canceled, I'd still be making well into six figures because we have everyone on SaaS. You're doing the hardest part, which is getting clients interested in your business. And also with HighLevel, you have so many more offers, right? We do websites in a day. That's one of our programs. We could do DR campaigns. We can offer 5 booked appointments without any ad spend. That's a cool offer as well, which then you can upsell into other services. So it's completely unlocked a whole bunch of business.
Yeah, and the other thing with SMMA is like the fulfillment of it is pretty laborious when you do take on the $3,000-4,000 monthly clients where they're dependent on lead generation or a certain skill set or a talent from your team or outsource or however you want to. Even if you sold sales services, appointment setting, those are skills that are dependent on a person, where SaaS is it should be a utility bill. It's more of a technology package. It's more of like, them housing, rent inside your world, right? Like people say, don't build tech in somebody else's house, but technically that's what you're letting that business owner do in your world of SaaS. So switching from SMMA to SwaS, you really had different offers. You're integrating them. So help us understand. I know one of your popular videos on YouTube that you had mentioned to me was like doing a sales call with HighLevel on your screen, right? Like I know that was pretty viral. And if you don't mind, like let's unpack your sales mechanism in how you present this whole hybrid model.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah. So on my YouTube, that was the initial video that got me into like all the affiliate stuff. And then I'm getting a lot of views because I do a live sales call with a prospect and I break down their whole business and I sell HighLevel for $300 a month. And I didn't think it was anything that special, to be honest. But my sales process is slightly different, I think, than most because I don't use any presentations.
Yeah.
And I don't go down a demo deck. I've just found, maybe it's my niche, I don't know, but I've just found that when people see slides at this point, they've just been pitched many times. I like the Socratic method, not only because I like philosophy, but also because I like to ask questions and provide solutions, and that's it. And that's the thing I think that's really different in my process is I don't come into that call knowing I'm going to go down this slide deck and sell them this, this, and this, and that. I don't. I just jump on and I just talk to them. I first connect. And then I just Google their business. I literally go on screen. I just say, cool, so what's your business name? And I'll just share my screen and I'll Google, okay, ABC Chiropractor, Las Vegas. And I Google it. And then I ask them, wait, this is you, right? You have 7 reviews, right? This is your business. And then I ask them, well, how many years have you been in business? Oh, you've been in business for 15 years. Do you only have 7 happy customers? Like what's going on?
One review a year.
Right. Right. And so I ask them good, questions like this, and they always hit me back with, oh, well, yeah, we have happy customers, but we don't collect reviews, and whatever excuse they make is fine. Then I just go into a new tab and I just Google chiropractor Las Vegas. And I said, well, Joe's chiropractor has 77 reviews. If you were a customer, who would you choose? Yourself or this guy? And so I just show them and I just let them tell me, oh, well, yeah, but he's newer. I don't know why he's up there and this and that. And then it kind of strikes their ego a little bit. And that's what I've learned about local business owners too. And this is probably true with all entrepreneurs, but they have a bit of an ego. If someone's newer in their area and they have more reviews than them and they're just appearing higher and they're doing better, all of these guys know their competitors. And I just show them. Like a lot of times they're too busy to even Google their own company. And then I just ask good questions. I ask questions like, look, do you think if you had an automated system to get your reviews, you would just get more? Like literally you go into our app and you type in complete, right? Project complete or customer served, and then automatically sends them a review request. Do you think you would have more reviews? Yes. Okay. Do you think you might be able to get more sales, build trust, build your brand if you had more reviews? Maybe you'd appear higher on Google. And then obviously the answer is yes, right?
So your sales mechanism is like you attack it like you're a physician and you're being diagnostic in how they have built a brand online. And you take them through different parts, knowing that, okay, I got 400 features to choose from inside HighLevel to solve whatever problem they have. Let me kind of navigate through, figure out their GMB, their reviews, their social profiles, see if they have paid ads, see what's converting. Like you're very diagnostic like a physician.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The last thing you want to do is go to a doctor's office, tell him you have a headache, and he tells you that you have a brain tumor, right? No, you want him to ask you questions. You want him to see what the real issue is and then solve for that. And this is how I'm able to sell like just a review widget or like a review, you know, funnel, a review campaign for $300 a month. And yet I see other people that are vomiting all that different high level features onto a business owner and making them feel like they're adding to their plate. Like you should be saving the business owner time, not going in and saying, okay, we're going to set up your calendar, an automated follow-up, and then also your live chat, and then this, and then workflows. Like the business owner is going to look at you and they're going to say, okay, well, I already have a website and that sounds like a lot. I don't want to sit there answering a live chat. And then they just move on. Right. So
Yeah.
that's really the way to do it. Is I go on and I find their one pain, and sometimes I can find one or two, and I'll say, how long does it take you to respond to your leads? Right? They'll tell me a couple hours. They've already moved on. If you have a plumber and he has something is leaking, he needs that solved
Yeah.
right now. I don't miss call text back. Right? So I just find the issue, and then you simply solve for that. And then if they're still not seeing the value, you can simply bring on or bring up something like Amazon. When you go to Amazon and you look up hiking boots, how do you shop for that? Oh, well, the first thing you do is you click on the one that has 4,000 reviews, and then you look at the other ones. So just how people shop. And I found that if you show the business owners this kind of thing on their screen, you can also genuinely make it very valuable for them. And you can go to their website and you can pull up their competitors' websites and you can just compare the two. Who would you trust? Who would you want to call? Who would you want to move forward with? And let them tell you.
Yeah, this is interesting because like I think going away from the corporate sales pitch style, right? Like the slide deck, collared shirt, appointment setting, calendars, like all these things sometimes throw them off. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to be pitched very strong. This is the guy that's talking to me on a commission." Like all these thoughts kind of like go through their mind, and you come in almost like in a liberated way. It's like, hey, let's just talk about your business. Let's just get online and show you what online looks like. And I think that's an interesting way to kind of unpack. Help me understand your packages, like so your closing pathways in, like, I know you have upsells, I know you have high ticket, then you park them down into a lower ticket. Like help us understand the landscape of your offers as a business.
Yeah. So there's a couple offers that we have that I lead with. One of them is like for marketing services. We lead with 45 opportunities in 90 days. That's the marketing services one. The other one that we do is 5 booked appointments in 5 days. And that's basically a DR campaign. So you just take their past list, you import it, right? You do a DR campaign and you book them appointments from that. And some people say to that, oh, well, what if they don't have a list? Well, if you already have them on the sales call, that's perfect. Sell them on marketing services, right? That's what they need. So if they don't have a list, even better. You tell them, hey, we need to build you a list. We need to get you more leads. The other one is website in a day. That one's really good because what you can do is you can go to Google and you can scrape all the different Google search results and categorize it by who doesn't have a website. And then you can reach out to the people that don't have a website and say something along the lines of, hey, are you still open? I tried to look up your website to see reviews when searching for chiropractor in Las Vegas, but I couldn't find one. This is a bit random, but I decided to build you one. Would it be cool if I send you a link to a new website in this email? Let me know if you like it. And so before you start thinking I'm building custom websites for free, I'm not. You can go into the HighLevel library, right? They have every niche ever. Take one of the websites and make it fit that niche, right? So just make a chiropractor website, use the content AI tool to put in all the things. You can get it done in a day. And then just simply duplicate it and put that business owner's logo at the top. And all you have to do is send them a homepage and then send them that link. Right now,
I
you're
mean,
getting value.
psychologically, if some guy just randomly sends me a website with my information and branding on it when I know I don't have a website in 2023, you're gonna probably like disturb my peace altogether. Like, holy crap, who is this person? I got to talk to this person. Is what I'm gonna feel as a small business owner. So I think that's a pretty clever way to just get in front of them. So websites in a day.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole point of that is just like it's a pre-built website. Now, look, I'm not saying it's the best for SEO because we're using, the same content, but it's still better than having nothing. And that's the whole point. And you give this to the business owner. If they want it, cool. $150 a month or $200 or $300 a month, just keep this website in a day. Why? If that's all they want, that's fine. If they want the other SaaS services, we'll charge them $300. Hey, lead follow up. We'll put we'll do a review campaign, and then we'll set up all the other stuff. So we charge $300 for that. And then as far as the upsells, we charge $1,500 a month for the marketing services, and then sometimes it's $2,000 if it's like a bigger market or like a bigger campaign.
Yeah.
And that's roughly how it works. But even when you're doing outreach, though, you can take this model and embed it in your outreach and, send, like, there's tools where you can scrape all their reviews. So you can actually reach out and like send people screenshots of their own bad reviews. Right. So, and you can have a VA do this for you. And that's what I would do as part of my outreach. Hey, is this you? I just found these bad reviews. Boom. Right. Send that. And now you can sell Google review campaigns. So really each and any one of the services, we can go in and create some kind of like sexy offer like this to get them on the phone. And then once you're on the phone, you might even realize they might need something else that you didn't even pitch. You got them in with the website in a day because it's very easy to do. And then you can sell them on SaaS, or you can sell them on other stuff, other marketing services.
Yeah. So going back to the laptop lifestyle, right? What does the world of sales look like for you then? If you have all these offers that you kind of ironed out already, they're hybrid between marketing only versus, combined with SaaS and marketing. And I know traditionally, like, agencies, like, it's a feast and famine. Like, that's the world of SMMA. Like, one month you have 20 customers, the next month you have like 2, and they were worried about fulfillment or whatever. There's never like a way to just thrust forward unless you overload your sales and hope that you fulfill. Like, help us understand the stability SaaS created for you to have that lifestyle in general. Like, what does that feel like?
I mean, it feels amazing because I know I can keep traveling. And honestly, like, I think everyone should. Laptop lifestyle could be anything, right? You could be on your laptop making an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month just to pay for your mortgage and your car loans and car payments. It could also mean that you just want to make 6 figures and travel. Honestly, if you make $5,000-$6,000 a month, you can travel out to Colombia and live very, very well. You can travel to Mexico. Most places in the world you can do very well, and you could live a very high-end lifestyle. Or laptop lifestyle can also be you're making $200,000-$300,000 per month. I have friends here that run agencies at that level. Cool thing about running it this way, like what we're talking about, is your profit margins are extremely high. And I have agency friends that are making $100K a month, but their profit is around $30K a month, right? And my agency, I mean, if it's 70 to 80%, right? Because we're doing this hybrid model, because clients just don't leave. And when you fully integrate their whole business, they don't want to leave. Yeah. Why would they? You've centralized everything for them.
Yeah,
right?
It's almost suicide for them to, it's very like detrimental for them to just cancel and just plug away into a whole new world, right?
Of course. Yeah. And that's exactly why in the beginning, this is so important. And I can't stress this enough. But what I found is that in month 1, that's the most manual labor that you have is going to be in month 1. When you onboard them, you have to not just onboard them and show them how to use it or give them onboarding videos. We have onboarding videos, but what I found is that it's best if you just jump on Zoom and you get them using it and you answer all their questions. Because in the beginning, what you're doing is you're helping them form a habit, right? And if you can help them form that habit and use your app and use your HighLevel mobile app, then they're going to stay on forever. And if you want to live that laptop lifestyle, you're going to need some kind of stable income. And that's the best way to do it. Get them to, be in here using that thing every single day. And
and those are, and these things that you're sharing is actually very very proven internally for us at HighLevel with data. Like, we know that if any team member jumps on a Zoom with any marketing agency, they don't cancel. Whether the Zoom was bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the topic was. Doesn't matter if they're pissed off about a support ticket because something was slow. Like, it doesn't matter. If you had a human to human interaction, they will stay with you instead of canceling. So from our world of trial to paid. So initially, when we range like 3 or 4 thousand trials a week, and each one of those trials, the number one thing that we try to do is get them on a Zoom, right? And we have a team of like implementation advisors, almost 100 plus, that it's like a genius bar, like at Apple, that we're just like, okay, let's just get in front of them, talk to them, see how they're doing, say hi, the say hi method, right? And that is really important in software, because in most software, if you go to like Salesforce as a small business owner, one, you're paying like $50,000 a year. Second, you have to wait for like a implementation person, consultant to get assigned to you, like a certified admin. That's going to then jump on a call with you, schedule something out over the next 90 days. They may or may not come to your location if they are local. It doesn't matter. That onboarding is literally like 90 days long for massive corporate companies like Salesforce. So with HighLevel or your white label, whatever you're doing, like it's important that you do, we have like a 72-hour rule internally. Within 72 hours, get in front of a trial on a Zoom. That's the rule. And if we do that, we destroy churn. And it's very sensitive. Like the first 10, 15 days is so sensitive in a SaaS world. And when you add marketing to that, it becomes more sensitive, because now they've paid you $2,000, $3,000 for a service on top of the SaaS. And they're like, well, what's happening? I paid this guy like 2 weeks ago and I haven't heard anything. That's the worst thing that can happen. So your points that you're making of that initial 1 month of manual labor, that's what it takes for the generational wealth of SaaS. And we have a lot of data to prove that. So Pavel, help us understand how you help fellow entrepreneurs, agency owners. I don't know if you have a coaching program or anything, but either way, how can people learn more from you? Like I know that's probably going to happen after a podcast like this.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and also I do just want to add something to what you're saying, because I don't want people to think that you're going to have to be on Zoom and on the phone with them every single week forever.
Oh,
In the
yeah.
beginning, you might need to jump on with them a couple times a week just to show them, right? And especially in my niche of contractors, these guys are not tech savvy. So I have to help them. But once we build that new habit, and they never want to leave, and it's very, very sticky because they don't want to have to redo this process. And after that, I have clients now that have paid me for SaaS, and I talk to them once a year, and they've stayed on for over a year, paying $500 a month, $300 a month, whatever. And it's just in that beginning when you have to help them build that habit, be on them, right? The second thing that I also want to add is you only have to get good once. We talked a lot about sales, and someone might think, oh, that's kind of scary. I don't have demo slides. I don't know if I could do that. The thing is, it feels less scary for me to do it this way, because you're just asking good questions. And that's it. You're just having a normal conversation, and you just have to get good one time. That's what I like to say. So I do have it's a private community. Obviously, I'm doing some affiliate stuff now. And if you don't have a HighLevel account, you can join that community. And I give away all my snapshots, all my templates, all my outreach messages like this, how we scrape leads, how we find leads and everything. If you do have an account, you can still pay to get access. It's just an upfront fee, and then it's a monthly fee. It's not like a huge $10,000 coaching program or nothing. It's a lower ticket product. You can join our community. I do weekly Zooms, and I help people with their outreach messages, and we just chat. Or sometimes people just ask me about like how to book cheap apartments and rent
Lifestyle,
cheap
yeah.
places. Yeah, so it kind of ranges. And I do have like a full course in there as well that you can go through on exactly how I scaled my agency. So that's the big thing. And something I always emphasize is you only have to get good once, right? You only have to figure out really how to do the sales process once. If you do a bunch of sales calls, you don't close one, that's fine. You're just doing reps. It's reps in the gym, right? Do 30 sales calls, do 50, keep on going and keep on pushing. Because at the end of the day, this is something that I knew from a very long time ago. Even if it takes you longer than everyone else, if it takes you 5 years, 10 years, whatever, I did not care. I just wanted to make 6 figures, work remotely, and travel the world. And if it took me years to get there, and it doesn't have to. Now, I didn't have any guidance, no coaching programs, or anything. I'm still cool with that. 5 years to make 6 figures, like this is my education, and then I'm free and I get to travel. And like we have such an amazing business model that's reoccurring income. So you're building on top of each month. So then you can decrease your hours like crazy. Then it's all worth it. I wouldn't even care. Now I do have other people inside of my community that have hit like 12K in the first 6 months, from 0 to 12K a month. So it does happen. I think if you have guidance, then it can definitely happen faster. But even if it's slower for you, then you see others around you, especially now with all these big numbers that are being thrown around that I see. It's fine. Even just make your first full-time income, make 4 or 5K per month online. And even if it takes you a year, remember, it took me a year to get 3 clients. I mean, like a couple $1,000s in my first year. So just stick with it, keep getting better, and you can 100% do this as long as you don't quit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think when it comes to the world of the digital nomad lifestyle, right? A lot of people have a lot of misunderstandings. Like, hey, I got to learn all these talents and skills for me to build a business, or I got to be good at sales, or I got to be good at tech. And like from what you told me, like you even learned like coding and programming and went down the route of being like an engineer almost, and then you picked up sales and enjoyed sales. So like explore the different areas that, regardless whether you think you're going to be good at it or not, or bad or whatever, still explore and figure out how you actually like it, whether you want to switch it up or whatever. But I would definitely recommend anybody and everybody to try the sales side, try the tech side, figure one out that you're a little bit more stronger, and build the business around it. So Pavel, I appreciate you jumping on a podcast with us, man. It's definitely insightful. And what's the links, or like, is there a domain or anything that you want people to find you on social, or is there a program link or anything? Feel free to just you know plug away if you want to, but I appreciate the conversation, man. This is a big deal for people to build a hybrid SaaS model.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so if you go on YouTube, that's probably the best way to find me. It's just Pavlo, so it's Pavlo. And if you type in SMMA, my YouTube channel will come up, or you type in Pavlo, go HighLevel, then I'm sure you'll see some of my videos. You'll find some of those sales calls and watch me break them down. So
All right.
appreciate you having me on, man. This was a
For
lot of
sure.
fun. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to meet you here in Colombia one day.
Yeah, definitely. And if you plan on coming to the HighLevel conference in October, love to see you there. If not, no worries. I think tickets are almost sold out now. But either way, I'm sure we'll run into each other at one of these digital marketing events. Way too many mutual friends for us to not make that happen.
Exactly.
Okay. All
For
right.
sure, man.
Have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you. Have a good day.